evening, Spartan fans. I'm Cliff Gibson, and I'll be calling the game for you tonight at Stuarts Draft, Virginia, as the 1-2 Greenbrier East Spartans take on the 2-0 Stuarts Draft Cougars. We just want to thank the Stuarts Draft marching band for their version of the national anthem. We're looking forward to tonight as the Greenbrier East Spartans look to continue on building momentum over last week's victory at Robert C. Byrd, and also to have more momentum as they head in to their open week and get ready for their next game against Hampshire. The offense seemed to be finding its identity more last week, and the defense was doing its job to stop Robert C. Byrd last week, and we look to continue to have that defense to continue to build more momentum and that offense to continue to gel. Stuarts Draft team is taking the field. They're coming out in their lineup as they get ready to take the field. You're not actually getting ready to hear an emergency broadcast system alert. That's just the Stuarts Draft Cougars taking the field.
Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder.
We're just going to give a quick shout out real quick to our sponsors who are making this broadcast possible, with the Greenbrier Automotive Group, the Bank of Monroe, S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, Alcova Mortgage, and Rasman Walker, your local State Farm agent. We want to thank them for making this broadcast possible. We're starting to see with this offense of Greenbrier East of giving Monquell Davis some breaks by putting in number 17, Gavin Bennett at times, and getting him in some playing time as well. Two different styles of quarterbacks when you really look at it, with Monquell being a mobile quarterback but also being having the arm to be more of a dual threat. And Gavin can run around, but he's also has a good arm as well. So we got two different quarterbacks that we can throw in, which is always great to have in an offense. Ian Klein's continuing his run of dominance on the field as well, as last week he was the McDonald's Player of the Week for Greenbrier East. We're waiting for the Greenbrier East Spartans to come to the sidelines so they can get the coin toss underway and get this game started. As always, Greenbrier East is coached by Coach Ray Lee. Stuarts Draft captains are on the sidelines. Looks like their captains are going to be number 12, Landon Graber, number 6, Fannin Vance, number 60, Dustin Earhart, and number 77, Mason Graber. Landon Graber is going to be their starting quarterback. Number 12, he's a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pounds. We'll see what the Stuarts Draft offense looks like. Here comes the Spartans captains walking out for the coin toss. For the Spartans captains, You'll have number 11, senior Monquel Davis. Number 24, linebacker Christopher Sinclair, another senior. Number 13, Lucas McAllister at wide receiver, another senior. And then the other one, the other captain appears to be.
Let's meet tonight's captains. First for the Spartans, number 11, Monquel Davis. Number 13, Lucas McAllister. Number 24, Chris Sinclair. And number 79, Luke.
Number 79 is going to be the final captain. Just waiting to get a clear picture of his number. Senior Luke Fogus.
Number 12, Landon Greenbrier.
They come out, they shake hands, they're getting ready for the game. Head referee's going over some basic rules, guidelines, instructions, going over the coin toss, heads, tails. He's showing the coin. He's asking Greenbrier for their call. Toss is up. Spartans win the toss and elect to receive. Cougars decide they want to kick the ball towards the end of the field where the scoreboard is at. Spartans will receive the ball at the beginning of the first half, with the Cougars receiving the ball at the beginning of the second half. All the captains shake hands. Greenbrier East Spartans captains head up to meet their team as they come out on the field. The Greenbrier East Spartans are taking the field. They're getting hyped up and they're ready for this game. Cougars kickoff team is taking the field. Spartans special teams is getting their last minute. We're coaching before they take the field. They take the field, everybody's getting set up. Deep for Greenbrier East to receive the kickoff is going to be number 13, Lucas McAllister, and number 22, junior Jake Pate. Cougars break their huddle. Kicking off for them is going to be number 30, junior Ethan Sire. Ethan marches back.
Number 30, Ethan Sear.
Sear with the kickoff. Kickoff goes deep, hits the ground. Lucas McAllister lets it go out of bounds. Penalty on the flag, penalty on the field. Goes out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. Refs getting to see what the Spartans just want to do for the out of bounds kick. Spartans are wanting to have the Cougars re-kick, so we're going to redo the kickoff.
The Spartans are elected to mark the ball off 5 yards and re-kick.
So we're going to put the ball 5 yards ahead. We're going to redo the kickoff. Should help give the Greenbrier East Spartans better starting field position on this first drive of the first quarter. Sear marches it off. He runs up, puts his boot into it, kicks it off, hits the ground at about the 8-yard line and bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Greenbrier East will start their first drive, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The Spartan offense is marching onto the field. The Cougar defense is coming out as well. Looks like starting off as quarterback for the Greenbrier East Spartans is going to be number 17, junior Gavin Bennett. Spartan offense comes out in a shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near with 1 in the back, 1 running back in the backfield beside Gavin. Bennett takes the snap and drops back. He's looking for a receiver. He's scrambling around trying to evade the defenders. He throws the ball. Ball gets tipped at the line. Incomplete pass for the Spartans on 1st down. That's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Number 17, Gavin Bennett's pass falls incomplete.
Gavin Bennett did a good job there on that one when he dropped back of getting out of trouble when he felt the pocket collapsing on him and trying to find an open receiver. Just the defense just got their fingertips on the ball and deflected it so it wouldn't get to him. Bennett comes to the huddle with the call. They're going to flip the formation. 3 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's going under center on a single back formation. Hand off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein bounces it to the outside. He evades 1 defender. Gets tackled by about 2 to 3 Cougars for about a 7 to 8 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Ian Klein went to go up the middle and he realized there wasn't a hole there and he bounced it out to the outside and then juked one of the guys as he went for the tackle and kept going to get a couple more yards. Spartans break the huddle, staying in that single back formation, 2 receivers to each side. Klein about 3 yards back from the quarterback. Bennett takes the snap, turns around and hands it right into the belly of Ian Klein. Ian Klein gets stopped at the line for no gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Cougars, or for the Spartans. Offense leaves the field. The punt team goes on the field. Cougars bring their punt return team on. Punting for the Spartans is going to be number 30, senior Noah Dotson. Noah takes the snap, puts his foot behind it, gets off a good punt. Punt drops at about the 46-yard line, takes a Cougars bounce to the 48-yard line, where it is down by the Greenbrier East Spartans. Cougars offense comes out, starting 1st and 10 at about the 48-yard line. They've got good field position to start this drive. Let's see if the Greenbrier East defense can stop them. Offense for them breaks the huddle. Defense breaks the huddle. Looks like the Cougars are going to come out in a shotgun formation with 1 back, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side with 1 tight end. Wide receiver in motion, fake jet sweep, just see what the defense was going to be in. He looks to the sideline to see what the new play is going to be. All the receivers look at their wrists. Graber claps, takes the snap, hands off to number 42, Smith. Smith ahead for about 2 yards. That's going to be 2nd and 8 on that carry. They sent number 18, Isaiah Bell, in motion just to kind of see what that defense was going to be under, if they were going to be in under a zone or under a man, but also probably to see if they could get that offensive line to kind of get a little excited and jump off sides on that play, get them a free 5 yards, but everybody held good. They come back in shotgun formation. It's like a shotgun wishbone formation with 1 running back set off kind of offside, 2 to the near side. Offensive line jumped a little early. False start call going to be on that. That's going to be march it back 5 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and 13 for the Stuarts Draft Cougars.
Back the ball up 5 yards and replay 2nd down.
It's going to put the ball at the 45-yard line. Graber comes in with the call. Cougars break the huddle. Going back into that shotgun formation. 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side with 1 back. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looks like two offensive line and a receiver got a little excited and wanted to take off before the ball was snapped again. That's going to be another false start penalty. We're going to be about 2nd and 18 now for the Cougars at the 40-yard line. Greenbrier East has backed him up 10 yards and hasn't even had to tackle anybody yet. Cougars break the huddle. Shotgun formation. They're going to flip which side the receivers are on. 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side with 1 back. Graber sends a receiver in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off for a jet sweep to Bell. Bell runs into the Greenbrier East Spartans and tries to reverse field, but Jake Pate wasn't going to let go of him and brings him down for another loss. That's going to bring them, they're going to be back now at about the 35-yard line. So now here they are at about 3rd and half a field, it seems like, and there ain't too many play calls that you can pull out of the playbook for this, so you just kind of pick a play and hope the best for it. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Wide receiver in motion. Graber takes the snap. We're going to redo this one too because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There is another false start penalty. They're going to march that one back 5 yards. So now we're going to be about 3rd and definitely half a field, it seems like. Probably about 30 to 40 yards, I'd say. It's going to be a mile and a half for them to get this. There's definitely not too much you can call now. They're subbing some players in. Graber's coming in. See what they come out with on this huddle. All right, they're coming out with a pistol wishbone flex type formation. Smith in motion. Toss to number 42, Smith. Smith breaks to the outside. Smith goes, he gets tackled down with a shoestring tackle from Monquel Davis at about the 49-yard line. If Monquel Davis wouldn't have grabbed him, Smith would have been gone for a touchdown. They went out for 3rd and about 40, 50-yard lines, and they went for it on a pitch toss. And luckily Monquel read it, and he didn't give up pursuit on that play. Looked like they were going to try to go for it at first, but they decided to change plans. Cougars send the punt team out. Greenbrier East subs to send their punt return team in. They get players off the field in time.
Back deep for the Spartans, number 13,
Cougars get ready.
McAllister.
Number 5 in motion. Their punter receives the snap, punts it away. Ball hits at about the 26-yard line, takes a Spartan hop to the 28-yard line, where the Spartans will start 1st and down from their 28-yard line.
The Spartans take over 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
Gavin Bennett's getting the play call for this to start this drive off from Coach Lee. He's heading into the huddle. Gavin gives the call. Offense breaks and a shotgun formation. You got 3 receivers near side, 1 far side with 1 to the back on the side of Gavin. He takes the snap. He drops back. He throws a wide receiver screen pass to Lucas McAllister. He's trying to find some yardage. He tried to juke one guy, but he couldn't find any green. The Cougar defense sniffed that one out and didn't let Lucas get anywhere. They're going to drop him back to about the 20-yard line, so that's going to make it about 2nd and 18.
Gavin Bennett's pass is completed to number 13, Lucas McAllister.
Gavin coming in with this play call. He's running it in.
Isaac Wood.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's going to be a pistol formation. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side with 1 in the back straight behind him. He's going to toss it over to Ian Klein. Ian Klein takes it over to the far side. He runs to about the 28-yard line. Correction, but they're going to mark it at the 23-yard line. Sorry about that. Where it's going to be 3rd and about 15 for the Greenbrier East Spartans. Gavin gets the play call from Coach Lee and comes to the huddle with it. Bennett breaks the huddle. Offense gets set up. Shotgun formation, 2 far side, 1 on the near side with 1 back. He pitches it over to Klein. Klein runs over to the far side. He gains about 1 yard to the 24-yard line. That's going to make it 4th down and 14 for the Greenbrier Spartans. There's no hesitation what this play call is going to be. The offense walks off the field as the punt team comes on. The Cougars send their punt return team on. Noah Dotson gets set back and is ready to receive the snap for the punt.
Back deep for you Cougars. Number 5, Trent Cody. And number 21, Christopher Watkins.
Dotson receives the snap. He puts his boot into it. Kicks it down to about the 46-yard line as it takes a Greenbrier East bounce and is down at about the 38-yard line, where the Cougars will start their drive 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Cougars offense takes the field. Spartans defense takes the field. Let's see if we can get them to get about 3 or 4 false start calls on this drive. It's nothing like when the defense can get some help and they'll have to and can relax a little bit. They're coming back out in the pistol flex option in the formation. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith, number 42. 42 takes it near. He hits a huddle. He hits a huddle. He goes untouched. This is going to be a touchdown for the Stuarts Draft Cougars. No flags on the play. Touchdown Cougars. When he received that toss, he went over, he saw a hole, he hit the hole, and he went untouched. The blockers for Stuarts Draft did their job on that one. They didn't want to play around and get any false start calls, so they wanted to take care of it early. It's going to be 6-0 Stuarts Draft as of right now. PAT team gets ready.
And kicking number 30, Ethan Side.
Ball's in play. Line gets set. The snap is bobbled by the placeholder. The kicker just falls on it because there wasn't many options. If he wouldn't have fell on it, Monquel Davis was right there to pick it up if he needed to and take off with it. So that's going to be a missed PAT. It's going to be 6-0 Cougars, and we're going to go on break, and you're watching Spartans football on the Greenbrier Valley channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power.
We're back. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. It's going to be 6-0 Stuarts Draft as they get ready to kick off the ball after their touchdown. Spartans ready to receive.
And number 22.
Sear marches off. Lucas McAllister and Jack Pate deep for the Spartans. Sear runs up. He kicks it. Ball's deep. Caught by Lucas McAllister at about the 5-yard line. Lucas McAllister heads near side. He sees some open field. His blockers are picking up good. Lucas McAllister gets called out of bounds. They're going to stop him at about the 47-yard line. That's about a 37-yard, actually 42-yard return for Lucas McAllister on that kickoff. That's a good way to respond after the Cougars got their touchdown. Give the Spartans some good field position. Looks like Coach Lee is going to send Monquel Davis in now as the quarterback as he comes in with the play call. Monquel comes into the huddle. He gives the play. They break the huddle in shotgun formation. 2 backs, 1 on each side, 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver far side. Monquel takes the snap, hands it off to Ian Klein, puts it right in his belly, and Ian Klein goes for a carry. Ian Klein finds a hole, and he takes it, and he goes down to about the 34-yard line on that carry. Ian Klein didn't waste no time in hitting that hole. He didn't hesitate. He just found his hole, he pounded it, and he went.
Greenbrier
Looks like this is going to be a heavy, predominant run game as there hasn't been too many passes attempted so far. Spartans break the huddle in the same formation as they just came out with. Monquel looks around. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Lucas McAllister. McAllister runs for about maybe 1 yard at that, or, well, they're going to give him a negative. They're going to actually stop it. The ref can't seem to decide if he wants to give him a negative yard or 1 yard or back to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to call it at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Greenbrier East Spartans at the 34-yard line. Number 2, Colin Sturgill coming in with the play. Number 23, Grant Burdett running off the field. Spartans break the huddle. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. You got Sturgill and Klein in the back with Monquel. Monquel fakes the handoff to Sturgill, pitches it to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes to make a block, goes to make a juke move. None of the linebackers fell for it as they tackled him down at the 40-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 6 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 16 for the Greenbrier East Spartans.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 16.
Monquel gets the call and he comes into the huddle. They break the huddle. 2 receivers, actually going to go to 3 receivers far side. They're going to send Ian Klein out of the backfield and keep Sturgill in the back, or as a wide receiver, and keep Sturgill in the back with Monquel. Monquel takes the snap. He's running around. He's looking for somebody. He makes one person miss and gets drugged down to the ground. So that's going to be no gain on that play. That's going to be 4th down. Let's see what Coach Ray Lee wants to do on this. Is they're on the 41-yard line. You could have the option of punting and really trying to pin that offense, or go for it and just not worry about it. Looks like Coach Lee's going to go for it on this, on the 41-yard line of the Cougars, to see if they can gain some field position or gain a first down, or even if they can't gain the first down, gain enough field position where it offsets it from where they're at. Monquel takes the snap. He drops back. He's got blitzers coming in. He dodges one and gets brought down by 2 Cougar defenders at about the 49-yard line. That's going to be a turnover on downs for the Spartans as the Cougars offense takes control. 1st and 10 on their 49-yard line. Cougars offense takes the field. Greenbrier East defense comes out. Refs place the ball. Whistle blows, game's in play. Looks like the Cougars are we're going to call a timeout for the Greenbrier East Spartan defense. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
We are back with Spartan football. We'll take a minute to thank our sponsors, the Greenbrier Automotive Group, the Bank of Monroe, S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, Alcova Mortgage, and Rasman Walker, your local State Farm agent. Greenbrier East they wanted to call a timeout. They wanted to talk some things over before this drive started on the 49-yard line. Spartans break the timeout. Cougars are still discussing some things. Cougars break their timeout huddle, and they come out 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line in their pistol flex formation. Number 42, Smith in motion. Number 2, Troy Thompson got a little excited on that play and took off a little bit too early. So out of that timeout, you get a false start penalty. You know the coaches for the Cougars aren't too happy to come out of a timeout like that, and your very first play you get a false start. That's going to back them up. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 44-yard line. Cougars break in a pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Graber takes the snap, tosses it to Smith. Smith carries it to the outside. He's looking, fumble. Monquel knocks the football out of his hands, but he knocks it out of bounds. They're going to stop it at about the 42-yard line.
Number 42, Smith on the carry.
That's going to be 1 yard short of the first down. Again, another great stop by Monquel Davis. You've got to give the kid credit for 2 great stops that he's had that could have been really more breakout runs for Smith. Both teams come out. Cougars in the pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Hands it off to number 42. Number 42 gets brought down by about 3 Cougars. The Spartans even take down a referee on that, so you can give them 2 tackles on that play. They got bonus points on that one. They brought them down, but that still gave the Cougars a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Cougars. Graber comes in with the play call to the Cougar huddle. Spartan defense is ready. They break the huddle in their pistol flex formation. Nobody in motion, hands it off to Troy Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets brought down by number 21, Ian Klein. They're going to call it at the 30-yard line.
Number 21, Ian Klein.
It's going to make it about 2nd and 2. Pistol flex formation again. Offensive line sets. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith. He comes around. He goes around to the middle. He breaks it out. He gets to about the 20-yard line where he's brought down by number 22, Jake Pate. It's going to be on the 20-yard line. That's going to be another Cougar first down on the 20-yard line. Chains get set. Cougars break the huddle. They're going to continue staying in this pistol flex formation. Line sets. Number 22 in motion. Toss to number 22 as he looks for a place to run. He gets about 2 yards on that carry, down to about the 18-yard line.
Number 22, Owen Trent on the carry.
It's going to make it 2nd and 8. That was Owen Trent on the carry for the Cougars. Graber comes in with the play call. And believe it or not, the Cougars come out in a pistol flex formation. Line sets, handoff to Troy Thompson. Thompson meets the Cougar defense right face to face. Him and Carter Hamilton butted helmets on that play as they both introduced each other really quickly on that.
Number 33, Carter Hamilton.
It's going to bring it down to about the 16-yard line.
3rd and 6 for the Cougars.
3rd and 6 for the Cougars. Pistol flex formation again. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith. Smith comes around. Smith thought he had a hole and cut back in, but as soon as he cut back in, Ian Klein lowered his shoulder right into the stomach area of Smith and brought him down for the tackle. It's going to bring it down to the 14 or to the 11-yard line. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Scores Cougars 6, Spartans nothing. You're watching Spartans football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
From foundation to finish, SJ Needhawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Needhawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
And we are back at Stuarts Draft, Virginia for the Greenbrier East Spartans and the Stuarts Draft Cougars. The score is 6-0 as we head into the second quarter. Referees are marching down to set the ball where they're going to put it at, and they're going to put it at the 11-yard line. Cougars come out to start the second quarter. Spartans defense comes out.
The Cougars offense will have 4th down and 1 to start the second quarter.
It's going to be 4th and 1 to start the second quarter. Referee blows the play and whistle. 42 in motion. About 3 of the Greenbrier East Spartan defenders wanted to get a little excited and make this stop, but in turn they jumped off sides. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. That's going to bring it to the 6-yard line. That's going to give them an automatic first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Cougars at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
They're going to mark it at the 7-yard line. 42 in motion. Toss to Smith. Smith breaks it on the outside. He goes in for a touchdown. 12-0 Cougars. He hit that play, and he got tripped up as he went into the end zone, but by the time he got tripped up, it was just a little too late. Looks like the Cougars are going to try for 2 on this to make up for that PAT they missed.
The Cougars will line up for a 2-point conversion try.
Cougars come out in almost like they're going back to their pistol flex formation. Graber sends 42 in motion. He splits as a wide receiver, takes the snap, hands it off to Troy Thompson. Troy Thompson goes up the middle. The 2-point conversion is good. 14-0 Cougars. You're watching Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Number 13, Lucas McAllister.
We are back at
And number 22,
the Cougar Stadium in the second quarter. Cougars 14, Spartans nothing. Sear gets ready to kick off again. Deep for the Spartans is Lucas McAllister and Jake Pate. Sear kicks it off. Low line drive kick. Straight to Jake Pate. He bobbles it, picks it up, takes off to the far side. Lucas McAllister picks up a block for him. Jake Pate goes around. He cuts back into the middle of the field. He gets brought down at about they're going to call it the 45-yard line. So that's 2 kickoffs that they've had that the Spartans have returned good. So that kickoff coverage team for the Spartans is picking up their blocks as the Cougar cover team comes down, which has given the Spartan returners field to run around in and pick up some good gain. That's going to be another great field position starting out for the Greenbrier East Spartans. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Spartans break the huddle. It's going to be a pistol single back formation, 1 receiver on each side of the field. It's going to be Monquell and Ian Klein in the backfield. Monquell takes the call, hands it off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein breaks it to the outside. Ian Klein sees the defender, and instead of trying to dodge him this time, he just lowers his shoulder right into him. Going to be a gain of about 8 yards.
On the tackle for your Cougars, number 9.
Down to the 47-yard line. That's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Greenbrier East Spartans as they cross the 50-yard line. Spartans break the huddle. Shotgun formation, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 in the backfield. Monquel takes the ball, fakes the handoff to number 21, Ian Klein, runs around to the outside. He's trying to find some yardage. He takes off down the sideline. If you watch that play and you watch what Monquel had at about the 50-yard line, he looked like the Cougar defense was going to bring him down about twice, but he wasn't going to have it. And once he kicked around that second defender, he found another gear and ran up the sidelines down to about the 37-yard line for a Spartans first down.
Their yard for first down will be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Monquel gets the call from Coach Lee. He comes into the huddle. Monquel turned to play just then. Didn't look like he had much, but turned it in for a first down. You got to give him credit on that. Single back formation as Monquel goes under center. He takes the snap, hands it off right into the gut of Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes up to the middle and gets stopped after about 2 yards, but then pushes ahead for another 2 yards for about a 4-yard carry. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 34-yard line for the Greenbrier East Spartans.
3-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 7.
Monquel gets the play. Huddle breaks. 1 receiver each side, 1 tight end on each side. Pistol single back formation. He takes the snap, fakes it one way, goes around to the other direction. He comes in, he pops out the backside. Monquel makes the stop, he fumbles the ball. Looks like it possibly was recovered by the Greenbrier East Spartans. I don't know how Monquel Davis does that. He must have been taking his magician lessons because he popped in that group of players there and looked like he was going to get stopped, and he did his little ninja vanish and popped out on the backside of it and picked up another first down. The ball popped loose, but Ian Klein appeared to be there, and he appears to be the one that jumped on the ball as soon as it popped out. So the Greenbrier East get another first down. Monquel takes his snap. He hands it off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes up the middle. It's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like a carry of about no gain on that. We'll see what the flag is for. Looks like they're going to call holding on the Greenbrier East Spartans. That's going to march them back 10 yards. That's going to make it 1st and 10 as they redo the first down. That's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Or sorry, 1st and 20 from the 35-yard line. Spartan offense waiting for the play to be whistled in. Offense gets set. Monquel drops back. He takes the snap. He looks back, he rears back, he throws the ball up in the air. It's picked off by the Cougars. Cougars go for a return. Spartan defense goes for a couple swipes and unable to get him to fumble the ball. They return it to the 30-yard line where it's going to be a first down for the Cougars at the 30-yard line. Monquel dropped back and he threw that ball, but he underthrew his receiver just a little bit and made for a pick for the Cougars as they return it to the 30-yard line to start their drive again. Spartans defense needs to hang in on this one to prevent them from scoring again. We don't want to get too big of a lead, let the Cougars get too big of a lead. And believe it or not, the Cougars come out in a pistol flex formation. .42 in motion, toss to Smith. Smith takes the ball up the middle. Brought down by number 33, Carter Hamilton. When he seen him come through, he wrapped his arms around him. He wasn't going to let go until Smith hit the ground. That was a good solo tackle by Carter. 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. Cougars break the huddle, and they're in the pistol flex formation again. 42 in motion. Fake to 42, handoff to number 23. Number 23 goes up to the middle. Number 23 runs into Carter Hamilton again. And I don't know if Carter Hamilton wrestles, but on that play, he suplexed him down to the ground. He gave him the old belly-to-belly suplex, looking like the Steiner brothers back in the early 90s on that play. That's going to put him at the 41-yard line. That gives the Cougars a first down. That was an aggression tackle there. Cougars come out in the pistol flex formation. Smith in motion, toss to Smith. Smith goes out on the far side. He hits a hole up there. The Cougars wrap him up, and they refuse to let him go. Jake Tate got a hold of his ankle, and he wasn't going to let go until Smith hit the ground. Another good tackle by the Spartan defense. That's going to be 2nd and 10, or they're going to call it 2nd and 9. They're going to give him 1 yard on that play.
2nd down and 9.
Graber comes in with the call. If I was a betting man, I'd say you're going to see another pistol flex formation. And I would have won the jackpot. Graber gets the call. He goes for the snap. Nobody goes in motion. Bobbled the handoff. Number 24, Christopher Sinclair, was there to pick it up, but unfortunately for the Spartans, Graber fell right on top of it. You got to love that Sinclair was in the backfield as fast as he was. He was there. Even if he would have got the handoff, Sinclair was in the back. He would have probably stopped him for a negative gain on that play.
3rd down and 13.
3rd and 13 for the Cougars. Let's see what they come out with on this play. Cougars changing things up. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the far side. 1 in the back with Graber. Graber sends a receiver in motion. Flag on the play. Another false start call. That's going to back them up another 5 yards. That's going to make it 3rd and 18 for the Cougars.
Ball up 5 yards and replay 1st down.
Spot the ball at the 33-yard line. That's probably about the 6th false start call that the Cougars have had. Graber comes in with the play call. 2 receivers near side. It's going to be a shotgun flex formation. Fake handoff. Graber rolls out to the outside. He's looking for somebody wide open. Graber tucks it. He takes off running. Graber finds a hole, and he cuts it back up to the midfield where he is brought down. Appears to be by Ian Klein. Brought down at about the, where are they going to mark this at? They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line. That's going to be 4th down and about 4 for the Cougar defense. Cougar defense sets. Number 21 in motion. Cougar defense calls a timeout as they were trying to draw the Spartan defense off sides. You are watching Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley channel.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
From foundation to finish, SJ Needhawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Needhawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Well, you are back with us at the Cougar Stadium. It's going to be 4th down, 6:17 left in the 2nd quarter. The punt team is on for the Cougars. The return team is on for the Spartans. Back deep for the Spartans is number 13, Lucas McAllister.
For the Cougars, number 6, Fannin Vance.
Vance receives the snap, puts a boot behind it. It goes up. The ball drops at about the 25-yard line. McAllister's telling his guys to clear out. It takes the Spartan bounce ahead of about 3 yards. Correction, 4 yards. They're going to mark it
And Greenbrier East will take over 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line.
From the 28-yard line. So it bounced ahead about 3 yards to give him an additional free 3 yards.
Another updated score from there here provided by Mr. Brandon Harris.
Well, they're going to actually mark it at the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars, or for the Spartans at the Cougar, or is it the Spartan 30-yard line? We'll get it straight. Cougars come out. Spartans come out of the huddle. Monquell in shotgun. He drops back, hands it off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein comes up the middle. He gets met at about the 29-yard line where he is brought down.
Ian Klein.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 29-yard line.
Loss of 1 yard brings up 11.
Davis with the play call. Break formation. Trip receivers to the far side, one to the near side. Shotgun formation. Fake handoff, wide receiver screen pass just over the head of Jake Tate. That was about a foot over Jake Pate's head on that play. That's going to be 3rd down and 11 at the 29-yard line. Davis goes and gets the play from Ray Lee. We're going to take another minute to thank our sponsors, the Greenbrier Automotive Group, the Bank of Monroe, S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, Alcova Mortgage, and Rasman Walker, your local State Farm agent. Spartans break the huddle. Shotgun formation again. Trips to the far side, one receiver to the near side, one in the backfield next to Monquell. Monquell looks around, claps. Gets the snap, drops back, fakes a wide receiver screen. He's looking, he gets pressure. He makes one miss, he drops back, he chucks it. He goes. Fight for the play on that one as Trent Cody and Donovan Penn were fighting for that one. I believe if they would have had about another 2 yards added to the field and with direction, that Donovan Penn would have made that play. Monquell stretched that play out as long as he could, and Donovan Penn did a good job of trying to come back to the quarterback to give him a target. That's going to bring up 4th down at the 29-yard line. Noah Dotson back to punt. Takes the snap on the low snap, picks it up, low line drive punt, which is going to take a great Spartan bounce. It hit at about the 41-yard line, and it took a Spartan bounce to about the 22-yard line. We got an additional 19 yards off that bounce on that one. He fielded a bad snap and didn't let the pressure of it get too big for him. He picked it up and put his boot behind it and just line drived it down the field. Cougar offense gets set to start 1st and 10 from the 22. They break the huddle, and if you guessed pistol flex formation, you won. Smith in motion, toss to Smith. He comes back up the middle. He runs into about half the Spartan defense as they bring him down for about a 3-yard carry.
On the tackle, number 22, Jake Pate. 5-yard gain.
Jake Pate was the initial one on that tackle. But it didn't take long once he hit him for the rest of the defense to collapse on the ball. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Handoff Smith. Flag on the play. Back to about the 30-yard line.
Smith on the carry. We have a flag on the play. Penalty goes against Cougar offense.
Where that flag came from, I would dare to say it's going to be a holding call against the Cougars.
Move the ball back 5 yards for the penalty yard.
Looks like they're going to call a false start. It was a dead ball anyways. That's going to put him at the 19-yard line. Pistol flex formation. Offense sets. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith. Smith back up the middle. Smith breaks it to the outside. Smith is gone. Smith to the 40. Smith to the 50. Smith to the other 40. Brought down by the shoestrings at the 39-yard line. He falls ahead to the 34-yard line. Monquel makes another touchdown saving tackle. Monquel Davis is all over the field on both sides of this game. If it wouldn't have been for that shoestring tackle, he would have been gone for another touchdown. Monquel Davis came from the opposite side of the field and chased him down for that tackle. You got to love seeing the senior never give up on that. Ian Klein tries to run off the field. They're going to throw a flag on the play.
Monquel Davis was the ball carrier. Have a
Smart.
flag on the play.
Spartan's going to have too many players on the field for that one. Again, you got to give Monquel Davis credit for that hustle. Him showing his senior leadership by not giving up on the play will go really far as how the rest of the team plays as well. To come from the opposite side of the field and chase him down is impressive to see. There's the referee trying to get the call. He taps his head, taps his shoulders. We're waiting for the knees and toes. Too many men on the field against the Spartans. Klein was about just a few feet short of getting off the field in time. They're going to march it off. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Cougars as they march it down to the 19-yard line.
With the penalty yards to be a Cougar. First down. First and 10 from the 19-yard line.
Cougars break the huddle in a pistol flex formation. Ball's whistled in play. Smith in motion. Snap goes over the head of Graber. Smith tries to fall on it. He can't fall on it on time. He pops out. Jake Pate with the recovery. Jake Pate's gone. Jake Pate to the 20. Jake Pate brought down at the 14-yard line. I tell you, he was brought down with a shoestring tackle by Landon Graber, the quarterback. So that's two different times that their one quarterback was playing defender at the time, and one quarterback was playing his quarterback position, which quickly turned into defender. And both of them saved touchdown runs by shoestring tackles. You got to love seeing both of them not giving up on the play. Jake Pate picked that ball up, and he saw nothing but green on that. He was ready to rock and roll. Looks like there's a flag on the play. It's going to give the Spartans additional yardage. I didn't see the call on the penalty, but that's going to bring it down to first and goal, Spartans at the 8-yard line. You got to love seeing this drive start at the 8-yard line, first and goal. Monquel comes in with the play call from Coach Lee. Spartans need to put points on the board on this play, on this drive. Monquel goes under center, I formation, one receiver each way, one tight end. Monquel takes the snap, hands it off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes up the middle. 1 yard carry roughly.
On the tackle for the number 3, Parker Powell.
Well, they're going to give him no yards. They're going to still mark it at the 7-yard line. It's going to be first and goal, or second and goal, Spartans.
From the 7-yard line.
I formation. One receiver each way. Toss to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes out to the outside. He runs into a Cougar wall of defense, and he is stopped at about the 8 or 9-yard line. That's going to be a loss on that play.
And on the tackle for the Cougars, number 3, Parker Powell.
They're going to mark the ball
Loss on play brings up
at the 9-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2 on that carry. That's going to be third and goal from the 9-yard line. We're going to call a timeout for the Greenbrier Spartans. You are watching Spartans football on the Greenbrier Valley channel.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are back at the Cougars field in the second quarter. Scores 14-0 Cougars. It's 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. Spartans come out in a shotgun formation. Referees blow the whistle as they're trying to get everything set up. Ian Klein's running off the field. They're sending in Clint Sturgill. Not sure reasoning or what's going on with that. Shotgun formation for the Spartans. Another timeout for the Greenbrier East Spartans.
That's their third and final timeout of the first half.
We'll just stay live here since we just came back. It's getting ready. You got 2:25 left in the second quarter. Scores 14-0 Cougars. It's 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Yeah, it's big that the Cougars get, or that the Spartans get some points on this drive. You don't want to give up this kind of field position when you started 1st and goal from the 8-yard line and walk away with no points as you're getting ready to enter the half, especially when the team that's up is getting the ball at the beginning of the second half.
Broadway is leading 4-5.
Coach Lee's definitely giving his guys his instructions of definitely telling the line, don't move until the ball is snapped. Making sure the wide receivers know what routes they're going to be running on this play so there's no miscommunication between the quarterback and the receivers. Making sure the running back knows what he's supposed to be doing, whether it's running a route or blocking, and make sure Monquel knows which is going to be his hot read and which is going to be his secondary read. Greenbrier East breaks the timeout huddle. Cougars defense comes out. 3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. Ball's in play. Formation, 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Clint Sturgill still in the game as running back. Fake toss to Sturgill. Monquel comes out. Monquel looks. Monquel's brought down at about the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 11 yards. They're actually going to make it at the 21-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of 10 yards. That's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 21-yard line.
4th and goal from the 20-yard line.
Cougars Spartan field goal team comes out. Noah Dodson's going to be attempting a field goal. It's marked at the 21. This is going to be about a 26, 27-yard field goal attempt. Gavin Bennett's the placeholder. He makes sure that Dotson's ready. Snap, down, kick. It is good. Field goal, good. 14-3 Cougars. That field goal had about another 10 yards on it. You are watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of three: Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. Three dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
And kicking for the Spartans, number 30.
We're back as the Spartan kickoff team gets ready. Dawson sets the ball down. He marches it off. He gets ready to put his leg into it. Sets back. Hand up, hand down. He's running into it. He puts his foot into it. He kicks it off. Ball goes deep. Caught at about the 11-yard line for the Cougars. Cougars come up for a return. Brought down. That was a nice tackle by number 9, Abram Wickline, as he chased him down from the back and brought him down at the 26-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougar offense at the 26-yard line. Score is 14-3 Cougars. Ref set the ball down at the 26-yard line. Ball's whistled into play. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver far side. 1 back in a flex type style. Handoff to number 42, Smith, as he comes on a off tackle play for about a 3-yard carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
On the tackle, number 33, Carter Hamilton.
Carter Hamilton with that tackle again. Graber trying to get this team to hurry up. Shotgun formation. Graber drops back. Graber throws the ball. Abram Wickline was in the backfield in a matter of seconds. He didn't fall for any trickery, anything else. He just went straight for the quarterback. And the only player the quarterback had an option to throw the ball to that was open was the cheerleaders. And that's where the ball went to. That's going to be an incomplete pass, of course. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Cougars break the huddle. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers near, 1 far side. Fake handoff to 42 as Graber comes out around the outside. That's going to be number 15, Landon Van Fossen on the tackle.
On the tackle, number 34, Logan Van Fossen.
Landon came around, and when he saw that, he didn't fall for that fake. He didn't fall for that read option play where Graber put it in the belly of Smith and pulled it back out, and he ran around the outside. Landon stayed at home on that play, and when Graber came around the corner, Landon introduced himself to Graber really quickly and brought him down to the ground for a negative loss on that play. Cougars don't look like they're going to worry about snapping the ball. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the first half here at Cougar Stadium. Score is 14-3. Cougars over the Spartans. You are watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairley, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of three: Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
From foundation to finish, SJ Needhawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Needhawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
From Plants
We are
versus
back
Zombies.
in Stuarts
When I
Draft,
grew up
Virginia,
by
Augusta
Indiana,
County,
grew up by
as the Greenbrier East Spartans are playing the Stuarts Draft Cougars. Score is 14-3. I want to take a minute to thank our sponsors, the Greenbrier Automotive Group, the Bank of Monroe, S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, Alcova Mortgage, and Rasman Walker, your local State Farm agent. Just to go over the first half real quick, it's been a lot of running from the Cougars as they've predominantly stayed in the pistol flex option style formation. Not sure on the number of carries, but if Smith has carried it one time, he's probably carried it 18 times. So he's been handling the ball a lot. They've been using Troy Thompson as well. They tried running some plays with the quarterback, but the Greenbrier East defense sniffed it out. You know, earlier Smith was having his way with where he wanted to run, but the Greenbrier East defense started sniffing it out, and they were not allowing him to run wherever he wanted to do. And instead of trying to do solo tackles, the defense started ganging up and wanting to tackle him in groups of 3 and 4. Even one time they got so excited at tackling, if you remember, they brought down the referee as well. So we're hoping that with that field goal at the end of the first half that the Spartans can build off that momentum and put a couple touchdowns on the scoreboard and walk away from Stuarts Draft with a victory. The defense is looking good. It's starting to tighten up. The offense seems to be moving the ball better. So we're anxious to see what's going to come out of this second half. As the band gets ready, when they start to play, we're going to just let you enjoy listening to the Stuarts Draft Cougars marching band. hope you enjoyed the halftime show by the Stuarts Draft Cougar Marching Band. We're going to take a timeout and let you hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Spartan Football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairley, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
From foundation to finish, SJ Neathawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Neathawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, guys, we got one more birthday.
We are back
to celebrate. We got a
at
Zion
the Cougars
Martin
field
and a Kristen
for the
Paul.
Stuarts
Happy
Draft
birthday.
Cougars and the Greenbrier Spartans. Cougars lead at the end of the first half, 14-3. Yeah, it's really cool to see out there. Noah Dotson out there practicing kicking off. He's doing it all. He's running down the ball, kicking the ball, retrieving the ball, bringing it back, setting it back up and kicking again. It really shows in his game that he's been practicing a lot with the way his kickoffs are. Even if you look at that last field goal, I think it was about 36, 37 yards away. It still had about another 10 yards that he could have went easily with that kick and kicked it with confidence. It's great when you've got that kind of tool in your field goal repertoire that you can extend, put points on the board if the offense is struggling a little bit to drive it in closer. Looks like the Stuarts Draft band is getting the field, making sure the field's cleaned up and ready for the beginning of the second half. Now you hope that the Spartans come out just as motivated as they were in the first half and ready to stop the offense of the Cougars and put some points on the board. Now you want to be able to take a 2-hour ride home from Stuarts Draft with a W. Makes a lot more enjoyable when you can ride home with a W than trying to ride home with another L. Looks like some of the coaches for the Cougars, that's a tongue twister if you don't watch out. Some of the coaches for the Cougars are coming back out to the field to start the second half. Spartans football team is coming out. We get ready to kick off the second half here shortly. As you recall, at the beginning of the game, the Spartans won the coin toss and elected to receive. So at the beginning of the second half, the Spartans will be kicking off and the Cougars will be receiving the ball to start this half. Spartans lining up and they're getting their legs warmed up. They're getting the joints fired up. They're ready to roll. You don't want to come out of the half tight or a little sore and come out and want to go at 100%. Raises the risk of injury some. So they're just limbering up right now and getting ready. Limbering up so they can hopefully burn some Cougar defenders and get a couple touchdowns on the board. Referees are back on the field now. Now, I like the fact that if you watch the Spartans offense, they've came out in about 4 different formations between I formation, a single back formation, a pistol single back formation, and a shotgun formation with various different sets of receivers coming out. Also, you look at the Cougar offense, and there hasn't been as much variety from the Cougar offense. It's pretty much been their pistol flex formation. When the line gets set, Smith comes in motion. You either toss left, toss right to Smith, or you go up the middle with Troy Thompson. That's been about the bulk of their play calls. But their coaches, I guess, are living by the saying, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. They're nickel and diming their drives down the field. I don't have the exact stats, but I would dare say that they've probably had the ball about 60 to 65% of the first half. And no matter, I don't care who you are, if a team is dominating the time of possession that much, it's going to be tough to come back and win. So it's going to be important that as the second half takes off, that the Spartans really try to limit the time that the Cougar offense is on the field, so that defense can get a rest. But also, if the Spartan offense is on the field more than the Cougar offense, that means there's a good chance that the Spartans are putting up more points and will walk away with the W. Looks like we're just waiting for the Cougar team to come back out on the field so we can get this half ready. Coach Lee's got all the boys in the circle. He's talking to all of them, getting them ready for this half as they break and hopefully are ready and excited and ready to put some points on the board and stop the Cougars.
All right, Cougar fans, let's welcome your Cougars back to the field.
Cougars are returning to the field as we get ready to start the second half. Again, with the score being 14-3, the Cougars are up. The Cougars, like I said, will be receiving the ball at the beginning of the second half. Cougars coaches giving their kickoff return team their last-minute responsibilities. Coach Lee talking to the kickoff team for the Spartans, giving them their responsibilities. You know, you just want Noah Dotson to come trotting up to the ball and put his foot in it and just see how far he can kick it. You know, his punts and his field goals and his kickoffs so far in this game have been really impressive. I don't doubt for 1 minute that he could probably kick the ball out of the field, out of the complete field of play if he wanted to. Noah sets the ball down at the 40-yard line to get ready to begin the second half. He marches off. He gets set, turns around, looks around.
Number 5, Trent Cody. And number 21, Christopher Watkins. And kicking off for the Spartans, number 30.
Arm in the air,
Dotson.
arm down, boot into the ball. He kicks it deep. The Cougars aren't even going to attempt to try to do anything with it, as that ball landed about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. So to start the second half, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Cougars. Cougars offense coming out on the field. Spartan defense is coming out as well. Cougars break the huddle in a split back pistol formation. Hand off to Troy Thompson up the middle. He wrestles his way up for about 10 yards to the 30-yard line. They're going to go ahead and call it a first down as they get ready to move the chain. So they come out with the first drive running a new formation that we haven't seen yet in this game, kind of a split back pistol formation with a dive up the middle for a first down.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Cougars break the huddle in the same formation. Takes the snap, hands back off to Troy Thompson again as he comes in and he meets about 4 Spartan defenders. Looks like Carter Hamilton again was the first one that he ran into. Him and Jake Pate, and looks like Chris Sinclair all met with him and brought him down to the ground for a carry of about 3 yards. So it's going to be second down and 7 for the Cougars. Cougars break the huddle, and they're going to stay in the, well, they're going back to their pistol flex formation. Smith in motion, toss to Smith. Smith breaks to the outside, breaks it. Smith goes out, he's gone. Smith carries it out to about the 46-yard line. Chris Sinclair grabbed a hold of him and wrestled him down to the ground as well. Chris Sinclair looked like a cowboy on that one, grabbing a bull by the horns and twirling him around and throwing him to the ground. The only thing missing was the hog tie. Cougar offense gets ready in a pistol flex formation. Smith in motion, toss to Smith. Smith breaks it around, carries it up to about the 49-yard line. That's going to be, well, they're going to actually mark it at the 48-yard line for him being down. So that's going to be second and 8 for the Cougars.
On the tackle, number 9, Abram Wickline. Gain of 3 yards.
Well, now they're going to mark it at the 49. Well, all right, correction. They couldn't figure out which yard line to mark it up to, so they're actually going to put it at the 48-yard line where they first originally spotted it. Cougars break the huddle. Pistol flex formation. Running back swap sides. Their wings swap the sides. Line sets, 42 in motion. He's coming out as a wide receiver. Graber takes the snap, hands it off to Troy Thompson, who goes up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards.
Number 21, Ian Klein.
It's going to be about 3rd and 4 on this drive.
3rd down and 5.
From the 49-yard line on the Spartan side of the ball. Cougars break the huddle. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion around the back. Fake to Smith, hand off to number 6. That is Fannin Vance with that. Fannin Vance broke around the wing on that play, and he thought he was going to have some clear daylight with that trickery, but Blake Dowdy wasn't going to have any part of it. Blake Dowdy stayed at home on that and didn't chase where he thought the ball was going, but he stayed with where he saw the ball and let his eyes control where he went, and he went straight to the ball and brought Fannin Vance down. So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 9 as the Cougars send their punt team out. Lucas McAllister back deep for the Spartans. And punting is going to be Fannin Vance again. Snap is up. Fannin Vance has kicked it towards the sky. We might see some rain with his high as he kicked that one. Cougars are going to down the ball at about the 29-yard line, where we start the first drive for the Spartans in this second half. It's going to be 1st and 10 Spartans at their 29-yard line. Looks like Coach Lee's going to stay with Monquel Davis at quarterback. Davis gets the play and runs into the huddle to start the first drive of the second half for the Spartan football team. They break the huddle in a traditional I formation, 1 receiver on each side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes up the middle. Actually, that was more like an off-tackle play for Ian Klein. Ian Klein gains about 1 yard. Correction, looks like they're going to give him 2 yards on that carry. Spotted at the 31-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 Spartans.
2-yard gain on play. 2nd down and 8.
Spartans break the huddle. Staying kind of more like a traditional split I formation. One tight end, two fullbacks, one running back, two receivers. Davis takes the snap, hands it right off into the gut of Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes up the middle as the Spartan offensive line fights for the block. They're going to spot this ball at the 32-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd and 7 for the Greenbrier East Spartans on their first drive of the second half. Monquel Davis gets the play, goes into the huddle. Spartans break the huddle. They're going to go back into that split back or that split I formation. Davis drops back, play fake, throws it up in the air. He's got a receiver that beat the defender. Lucas McAllister had beat his defender by about 2 yards and had to come back for the ball. Monquel Davis, just if he could have put the ball about another yard in front of McAllister would have been gone for a touchdown. But needless to say, that was still a great pickup by the Greenbrier East Spartans as that flips the field and puts the Spartans down to the 30-yard line of the Cougars. First down, Spartans.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Greenbrier East takes the field. Shotgun formation, fake handoff, Ian Klein. Monquel Davis up the middle. Monquel Davis wrestled down at about the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6, Greenbrier East.
4-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 6.
Donovan Penn back in for this play. Shotgun formation. Trips to the far side, one receiver near side with one back. Handoff, Ian Klein. Ian Klein dodges one receiver. He comes out. He gets stuffed at the line.
Ian Klein.
They're going to give him 1 yard on the carry, which is going to make it 3rd and 5 at the 25-yard line for the Spartans.
1-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down and 5.
Same formation as before, shotgun, trips far side, one on the near side. Monquel drops back, Monquel's looking, Monquel scrambles to the far side. Monquel's trying to find somebody. Monquel breaks it out. He gets about 1 yard short on that on that carry. It's going to be about to the 19-yard or to the 21-yard line.
Number 2, Troy Thompson.
Monquel a little shaken up on that play. You hope everything's okay. He goes out walking with a little bit of a limp. Gavin Bennett in for this 4th down play.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. False start. It's going to back him up 5 yards, make it 4th and 6.
Against Greenbrier East. Back the ball up 5 yards, replay 4th down.
Going to mark it at the 26-yard line. Fourth and 6 at the 26-yard line. Coach Lee's deciding to go for it with his offense instead of going for the field goal. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. Bennett takes the ball, he drops back, he's looking. He throws it to Jake Pate. Jake Pate can't come up with the catch with an incomplete pass. Even if he would have caught that ball, it would have been tough for him to pick up 6 yards as that was a play straight to the line of scrimmage.
Turn the ball over and down. The Cougar offense will take over 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
That's going to be a turnover on downs as the Cougars take back the ball on 1st down at their 26-yard line. Cougars break the huddle. Pistol flex formation. Nobody in motion, hands it right into the gut of Troy Thompson, who goes up the middle. Wrestled down by Jake Pate on that one by himself. He grabbed him by the ankles and he wasn't letting go.
On the tackle,
It's going to be a gain of about 6 yards on that carry. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 at about the 32-yard line. Pistol flex formation again. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith. Smith cuts back. He looks up. He finds no green, but what he does find is a bunch of white. The only green he found was Greenbrier East Spartan numbers, as he met about 4 of them on that play, who brought him down for a no gain on that play. The defender sniffed that one out, and they weren't going to let him find green. I think there was a holding call. No. Did not see. It looked like about nope, they're called holding. It's going to back it up 10 yards. That's going to make it 2nd down. And about 13 or 14 yards to go. Cougars break the huddle. They go in a shotgun formation. Timeout on the field
first timeout of the second half
by the Cougars. You're watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
From foundation to finish, SJ Needhawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Needhawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg.
We are back at Cougar Stadium in the 3rd quarter. Scores 14-3 Cougars as they come out in a shotgun formation on this 2nd down after the holding penalty. Number 18 in motion. Pitch toss to number 42 as he comes out to the outside and he cuts it back up to the inside.
Number 42,
brought down at about the 29-yard line.
On the tackle, number 9, Abram Wickline.
Going to make it 3rd down and about 7 to go on this drive. Greenbrier East really needs to stop them on this drive to force a punt so they can get the ball back and try to drive back down the field. Cougars in the shotgun formation again. Number 18 in motion. Ball snaps, fake sweep. Graber rolls out, incomplete pass by Graber. Just a little in front of his receiver as his receiver was having to go to the ground anyways to catch it. Even if he would have caught that pass, he wouldn't have made it to the 1st down. So it's going to be 4th down and 7 at the 29-yard line. Both teams send their special teams out. As Fan and Vance will be punting, and back deep for the Spartans is number 13, Lucas McAllister.
Jonathan Puckett.
Punts away. Ball drops at about the 45-yard line. Takes a Cougar bounce, then decides that he wants to bounce back again.
Down a punt. Greenbrier East to take over.
They're going to spot it at about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for this drive for the Spartans at the 44-yard line. Let's see if they can continue to build momentum off that drive. If you look, Monquel's coming back out on this play, and he's got a little bit of a limp. It's going to take more than what he's got going on to stop this senior from playing in this game. His toughness, his tenacity, and his never-give-up attitude is true leadership of what you like to see in a starting senior. He tosses the ball over to Ian Klein. Ian Klein goes on the far side. Ian Klein meets the defenders at the original line of scrimmage, and they're going to call it no gain.
Number 21, Ian Klein on the carry for the Spartans.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line. You know, Monquel with his tenacity, his toughness, his never give up attitude that he has, you got to think that it's rubbing off on that team, and that team sees what their senior leader is doing, and they want to follow in their leader's footsteps. Spartans come out in an I formation. 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Handoff to Klein. Klein runs into his own lineman and bounces it back to try to find yardage on the inside. No gain on this play again. That's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 44-yard line. You know, if Monquel is hurt, the way he's limping around, it kind of changes some of the play calls you have, because you know he's not as mobile, or wouldn't think he would be as mobile as he would typically be. But that doesn't stop him from going out and giving all that he has. Spartans break the huddle. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers far side, 1 near side with 1 in the backfield. Takes the snap, he drops back, he's looking. He's having to scramble, the defense is getting to him. Monquel hits the outside, he pops around and gains about 2 yards on that carry. That's going to be 4th and 8. You got to think that the Spartans are going to be sending the punt team in on this. And that's what they do. As soon as Monquel dropped back, the defense for the Cougars dropped back, and you would have thought they would have had him, but Monquel pushed through his pain and got around to the outside to get a positive gain on this, to at least not make it too much of a negative gain on that play, or a negative loss. Noah Dotson back for the punt. He catches the snap. It's off. Line drive punt. Takes a bounce at about the 26-yard line. It's marked down at about the 12-yard line.
Greenbrier East downs the punt.
That's going to be 1st and 10 Cougars at the 1st and 10 Cougars at their 12-yard line. Another good punt from Noah Dotson. That's his 2nd or 3rd punt that he's had he's hit it just perfect, that when it's hit, the Cougars returners couldn't catch it, but when it hit, it just took off bouncing, which benefits the Spartan defense and backs them Cougars up again. Let's see if the Spartan defense can hold these Cougars to the minimal gain again. Shotgun formation, handoff to Thompson. Thompson's brought down for about 2-yard gain to about the 14-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Number 33, Carter Hamilton on the tackle.
Another tackle for Carter Hamilton. Looks like they're going to let the clock roll out on this 3rd quarter. They're just going to let the time run out and do its thing.
And that's the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter as the Cougars lead the Spartans 14-3. You're watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are back at Stuarts Draft, Virginia, as the Stuarts Draft Cougars are playing the Greenbrier East Spartans. Score is 14-3 Cougars. Cougars have been dominating the field or time of possession by running the ball a lot and letting that clock just continue to roll. You know, it's imperative for the Spartan defense that they come up with a stop on this drive. They can't let this drive go on much further. They need to stop this drive and get the ball back as soon as possible and get that offense back on the field and let them do what they do. The ball spotted at the 14-yard line. It's going to be second down at about 8. Cougars coming out in a split pistol formation. Correction, they're going to send one in motion to go back to that pistol flex formation. Number 6 is in motion. Handoff to number 2, Troy Thompson. Troy Thompson goes up the middle where he gets introduced again by about 3
Number 2, Troy Thompson.
Greenbrier East Spartan players. Appears to be Carter Hamilton, Adam Wickline, and Weston Pence all ganged up on that tackle.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
It's good to see the defense being a bunch of ball hawks and running around and not being and realizing that it's going to take a team effort to bring some of these guys down. Cougars break the huddle. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Smith fakes the motion.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Defenders got a little too excited and ready to jump offside. Looks like Ian Klein jumped off sides on that. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty for an offside call. That's going to give them an automatic first down at the 24-yard line for the Cougars. Cougars break the huddle. You guessed it, pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Toss to Thompson up the middle. Thompson makes a couple people miss. Thompson goes up the middle. Looks like they're going to give him exactly 10 yards on the carry to the 4th down. They're not even going to, or to the 44-yard line. They're not going to measure to look at it. They're going to go ahead and call it a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 Cougars from the 34-yard line. Correction, I said 44.
On the tackle, number 22, Jake Pate.
Jake Pate on that tackle. Another time where he could have been finding some more green than what he thought. But luckily the Spartans moved in and stopped him. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion as a wide receiver. Handoff to Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets met at the line of the 1-yard carry but pushes through for another 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 on that 7-yard carry for the Cougars.
Seven-yard gain on play brings up 2nd down and 3.
Cougars break the huddle. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Toss to Smith. Coming to the near side. Off tackle. Smith bounces it on the outside and looks like he tripped over his own teammate as he brings himself down at the 50-yard line. That's still going to be a first down for the Cougars. Cougar player down. Appears to be Ian Klein down. You're watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
We are back. Yes, it appeared that injured player for the Spartans was number 21, Ian Klein. Ian Klein walks off on his own power, which you love to see. Appears to be some sort of a leg cramp. As soon as he went down, the Cougars trainers came out there and the Spartans trainers came over and they began stretching his legs. So you're hoping a little stretching, some of that high-quality H2O, and he'll be back out there playing. Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion, tosses Smith off tackle. Smith goes down. He hits some defenders. He meets some defenders at about the 49-yard line and brought down at about the 47-yard line. That's going to be a 3-yard carry. 2nd and 7.
On the tackle, number 28, Weston Pence. 4-yard gain on play. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6. At the 46-yard line for the Cougars. Cougars come out. Pistol flex formation. Number 6 in motion. Hand off to number 2, Thompson. Thompson goes up the middle for about a 3 to 4 yard carry. We'll see what they give him. They're going to give him a 4-yard carry, which is going to bring it to 3rd and 2. You know, you like to see this defense really step up on this 3rd down play. Stop them with no yards or even give it a negative yards, or even better, let's just go ahead and get a turnover and get this ball back in the Spartans' hands and let this offense get back on the field. Pistol flex formation. 42 in motion. Offensive line for the Cougars got a little excited on that play and wanted to take off blocking before the ball was snapped. That's going to be a dead ball false start. They're going to back it up 5 yards. That's going to make it 4th and 7 for the Cougars. Even better chance now for the Spartans to get that 4th down stop that they need, or 3rd down stop that they need to head to 4th down so we can get that ball back and let that offense back on the field. Cougars come back out in a pistol flex formation. Smith in motion to the near side. Pitch toss off tackle to Smith. Smith meets a defender at the line. Gains about 2 more yards. That's going to be 4th down and about 5 on that play.
On the tackle, number 33, Carter Hamilton.
When Smith caught that ball, Weston Pence was there to give him a hit. Carter Hamilton got the tackle, but Pence was there to hit him to slow him down, which gave the defense and Carter Hamilton more time to get over there.
Number 8, Jonathan Puckett.
Both teams bring their punt teams out. Takes the snap, punts away, another rainmaker for a punt. Punt drops. Lucas is telling his guys to get away from the ball. Ball gets dropped at about the 18-yard line, where the Spartan offense will start their drive.
Will take over 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line.
Actually, they're going to mark it at the 19-yard line. Correction. 1st and 10, 19-yard line.
I'd like to take the opportunity and thank the Stuarts Draft Rescue Squad for being on hand tonight.
Monquel comes out with this play. We're going to see what he looks like as far as his health goes. It's good to see in the backfield. Looks like Ian Klein is back in the backfield, so that's good to see that his injury wasn't bad enough to keep him out of the game. It looked, like I said, it appeared to be just a muscle cramp. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. Monquel drops back. Monquel looks. Ian Klein's running up the middle, up the seam. He's wide open. Monquel hits him for a big 1st down carry. Good hold, good catch by Ian Klein, because as soon as he caught the ball, there was a Cougar defender there to bring him down. But that didn't stop him from holding on to the ball for a Spartan 1st down. That's going to bring it down to the 44-yard line for a Spartan 1st down. They're going no huddle offense as they continue to try to speed this up. Monquel drops back, rolls far side, throws the ball up in there. He's got a defender that Jake Pate beat his defender, and Monquel realized it and threw him the ball. And Pate brought that ball down before he was tackled by their cornerback/quarterback, Landon Graber, for another big 1st down. The Spartans are moving the ball down on this in this 4th quarter on this drive, which you like to see. They're going no huddle again. They don't have time to waste with the clock. Monquel takes the snap. He drops back. He scrambles far side. He's looking. He throws the ball up just a little far outside for Jake Pate to retrieve that in as he dove for the ball but still couldn't get his hands on it. That's going to be an incomplete pass. That's going to be 2nd and 10 for Spartans football. Ball marked at the 22-yard line. Spartans break the huddle.
Second down and 10.
They really need points on this drive. Touchdown is really huge on this. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. Monquel takes the snap. He drops back, wide receiver screen to Lucas McAllister. Lucas McAllister is fighting for some yardage. He is brought down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like it's going to be back at the original line of scrimmage, which will be at the 22-yard line. Yeah, that's where they're going to spot it at. So he didn't get no gain on that. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 at the 22. Davis with the play call in the huddle. They break the huddle. 2 receivers each side, shotgun formation. Davis and Klein in the backfield. Davis takes the snap, drops back 4 or 5 steps. He scrolls out. He's looking. He's running. Davis has already made one person miss. He just gave one of the defenders the old razzle-dazzle. He comes back on the opposite field and runs it out. He brings it down to about the 13-yard line. It was going to – Monquel is doing what he can to keep the Spartans in this game. He ran into some defenders, juked them around, came back around the circle. When they thought they had him, he gave them the dipsy-do razzle-dazzle play and came back and ran around and gained some extra yardage that wasn't there. We're going to call timeout for the Spartans, and you're watching Greenbrier East Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
From foundation to finish, SJ Neathawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand, and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Neathawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're back in the 4th quarter. Greenbrier East comes out. Single back, 2 receivers. Monquel sneaks for the first down. As it was 4th and 1, he sneaks up to the middle to try to get the first down. Cougars defense is celebrating that he got the first down. You can tell that Monquel isn't feeling good. He was slow getting up after that play, as one of even the Cougars defenders were helping him up. You like to see that sportsmanlike conduct from both teams. He did not pick up the first down on that sneak. That's going to be a turnover on downs. That's going to be Cougar football at the 13-yard line.
Cougar offense take over 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
It's a big stop for the Cougars, as the Spartans were knocking on the door for putting more points on the board. Cougars huddle breaks. Spartan defense is hurrying up to get back in position. Pistol flex formation. Nobody in motion. Handoff up the gut to Troy Thompson.
Number 2, Troy Thompson is the Cougar ball carrier.
Thompson dropped it up.
Number 22, Jake.
They're going to mark it at the 18-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for Cougars.
Once again, Cougar fans, be sure to follow your Cougars next Friday night as they travel to James River High School. 7 o'clock kickoff.
Cougars come out in a pistol flex formation. Graber takes the snap. Smith in motion. Hands it off to Troy Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets brought down by Number 1, Caden Stone, a freshman.
For a Cougar first down. First and 10 from the 27-yard line.
First and 10 for the Cougars at the 27-yard line. Offense breaks the huddle in a pistol flex formation. I could put that on repeat.
Have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. It's going to be offsides on the Spartans as they got a little excited to take off. That's going to be 1st and 5 now.
Mark the ball up 5 yards.
For the Cougars.
Replay first down.
Pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Handoff to Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets met by about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll call it several Greenbrier East defenders. He gets about 2 yards on that carry, maybe 3. Looks like they're going to call it 2nd and about 2 to go. Glover to the huddle with the call. Graber, I mean, sorry about that. They break the huddle in a pistol flex formation. Smith in motion. Off tackle pitch to Smith. Play, whistles blow. They're going to call it dead ball.
We have a flag on the play. Penalty goes against the Cougar offense.
It's going to be against the Cougar offense. They're going to march it back 5 yards for the false start call. So that's going to make it from the 34 to the 29. Now they're going to replay 2nd down. That's going to be 2nd and 7 now for the Cougars. Referees are blowing the whistle again. I guess they didn't like the placement of the ball. He went back 6 instead of 5, which is fine by me to go back an extra yard. Cougars take the ball, pistol flex, handoff to Smith off tackle. Smith comes around, Smith breaks it back up inside. Smith runs down to the, gets taken down at about the 43-yard line for a Cougar first down.
First down. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Smith is definitely a patient runner as he doesn't rush to try to find a hole. He waits and lets his blocks form, and then he takes what he can get. Pistol flex. Offsides call again on Greenbrier East. That's going to give them another 5 yards. That's going to make it 1st and 5 from the 48-yard line.
Greenbrier East. Defense moves the ball up 5 yards. Replay first down.
Pistol flex, number 6 in motion. Handoff to number 2, Troy Thompson up the middle. Troy Thompson gets met at the 50-yard line, but pushes through for an additional about 4 yards carry after being touched for a Cougar first down at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
1st and 10
on the tackle, number
at the 46-yard line for the Cougars as they keep the clock running, as that clock just ticks down. Spartans really need to come up with a stop on this drive. Pistol flex formation. Nobody in motion. Handoff to Thompson up the middle. Thompson gets met at the line by number 72, Samuel Wright, and brought down for about a 1-yard carry to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars.
2nd down and 9.
Cougars returning in the pistol flex formation. Smith in motion as a wide receiver. Smith returning back. They hit the rewind on that and put him back where he started. takes the snap, hand off to Thompson up the middle. Thompson dives up the middle to about the 42-yard line. Greenbrier East is going to call a timeout. You are watching Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairley, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
We are back in the 4th quarter with 2:02 left as the Cougars have the ball at their 42-yard line. Snap, pitch to Smith. Smith comes around off tackle. Smith gets brought down by Caden Stone again. They drop him at the, they're going to call it the 38-yard line. That's going to be just short of a first down. We got another timeout, Greenbrier East. You're watching Spartan football on the Greenbrier Valley Channel.
From foundation to finish, SJ Neathawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call SJ Neathawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cougars going for it on this 4th and 1 in pistol flex formation. Smith in motion as a wide receiver. They reset, hit the rewind on Smith, put him back where he started. Take the ball, snap it, hand off to number 2, Troy Thompson up the middle. Thompson's fighting for it. Thompson gets brought down at the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 11-yard line. That ball was snapped with about 1:45. So you got to think by now, as that clock just keeps ticking, and I think the Spartans are out of timeouts, there's no way to stop it, and that's exactly what they're going for. They're going into victory formation. They're going to work the clock, let it just run out, and they're going to take this W and head home. Coach waiting to give the coach signaling to get the snap. Graber takes the snap, takes the knee.
Landon Graber takes
to the foot, the 14-yard line. Graber letting the clock run down. Graber sets, snaps, knees down.
The Cougars take another knee.
That's going to be it for this game as both teams are heading off the field to end the game. That's going to do it for this game. The Stuarts Draft Cougars 14 and the Greenbrier East Spartans 3. If you recap this game was really brought down to about 2 plays. Smith had 2 great runs for 2 tackles that he busted. One was just a short run up the middle for about 6 yards for that second touchdown. But that first touchdown on that second or third drive for the Cougars, he busted it out and found a hole and took it for 6. Spartans had a couple chances and really good field position, but just couldn't put it all together through penalties or through just plays that didn't work out. They had that 4th and 1 that they went through with the sneak with Monquel Davis that he wasn't able to get it. The offensive line couldn't get the push that they needed to pick it up, and that was the lap that when they stopped him on that one, that called it for them. You know, the Greenbrier Spartans, when they first started running that off tackle for the Cougars, it really tricked the Spartans for a little bit, but once they picked up, none of the tackles that the Spartans had were solo tackles. You know, they started ganging up on every tackle they did, and through every tackle that they did, it was, you would see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Spartans running to the ball. So definitely that defense has something to hold their head up a little bit on. If they can take something away from this as a positive note, is their gang tackling. Now you like to see right there at the midfield, Cougars coach stops Monquel Davis, and you can't help but he's talking to him about his toughness, about his grit, about his never give up attitude that he showed tonight. Again, at the end of this game, Stuarts Draft Cougars 14, Greenbrier East Spartans 3. Now I want to take last second to thank our sponsors who make this broadcast even possible. The Greenbrier Automotive Group, the Bank of Monroe, S.J. Needhawk Lumber Company, Alcova Mortgage, and Rasman Walker, your local State Farm agent. We just want to thank them for making this broadcast possible. We also have Harry Vance as producer, Joe Sharp is the cameraman, and I am Cliff Gibson calling the game tonight for you. We want to thank you for watching in with us, and as always, you can catch our future broadcasts on Roku, YouTube, Facebook, and Channel 5. We would like to see you at 2 weeks, September 30th, as the Greenbrier East Spartans return home to play Hampshire. So if you can, make it out to the game. Let's support these kids, and we'd love to see you. And always, feel free to drop us a line on Facebook on the Greenbrier Valley channel, or you can send us an email. And if you would like to help support this broadcast, you can always give the Greenbrier Valley channel a call as well. Again, thank you for watching as the Stuarts Draft Cougars win the game over Greenbrier East Spartans with a final score of 14-3. Have a great night, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
From foundation to finish, S.J. Needhawk is your home solution. Since 1947 and for 3 generations, our product line continues to expand, and our staff is always ready to help.
When you're ready to talk to someone who knows, call S.J. Needhawk Lumber, your home solutions.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.